Hi, this is David Canigliaro. Welcome to another episode. In this episode, we're going to be talking about sports, taking massive action, and how many phone calls you should be making if you're in sales. First, I wanted to talk about, Mitch, I went to this last Saturday night, we went to the Tampa Bay Rays game.
Oh, really?
It was amazing, yeah. Loved it. Took my wife was there, a couple of friends, took our daughter there. And man, it's just the energy in the arena was just palpable, And I'll tell you, we won. The Tampa Bay Rays won. We beat the Blue Jays. Toronto had to go back to Canada, with a loss. We came from behind. We won in the bottom of the ninth. Man, it was just a great game. It just kept your attention the whole time too. And I loved the energy. And I'll tell you, my one of my favorite parts, Mitch.
Yeah.
About the stadium. I love how Major League Baseball did this. They changed everything. You remember how the food used to be at the stadium? You'd go there and it was just like a hot dog and chips. That was pretty much all you could, or maybe some nachos. And just kind of like, some sea-level nachos at best, right? You remember that? Major League Baseball's changed everything. If you walk into the food court, it was Outback Steakhouse was there. In the food court. I got a prime rib sandwich. My wife got some chicken finger. Just good food, man. It was a good time. Who I want to get on the show is Jeff Vinik. Jeff Vinik owns the Tampa Bay Lightning, and just a great guy, super sincere, humble guy. I love watching hockey. You ever been to a hockey game, Mitch?
I have.
I love hockey. What do you love about hockey?
All the action and everything.
Oh man. You can feel and hear every hit no matter where you are in the arena. The passes are so crisp. These guys are traveling like 40 miles an hour on blades, man. It's just amazing. So Jeff, I'm gonna contact your PR people. I'd love to have you on the show. We can Skype it. You can be wherever you are. You don't even have to come into the studio. We'll just Skype the whole thing, man. It'll be a good time. I want to pick your brain. I'm also Jeff is a huge business guy. And he is revitalizing all of Channelside, all of the downtown, brought in world-renowned urban planners, and just really giving Tampa Bay, the downtown Tampa, a beautiful facelift. And he loves Tampa. He's also the small owner. Jeff Vinik is a small owner of the Boston Red Sox.
Really?
Yeah. Which my cousin played for Boston. Tony Canigliaro. Let's talk about business. Now, this is a great segue because in business, we're going to be talking about taking massive amounts of action. Now, I just read an article recently that really upset me. The average salesperson only makes 3 phone calls a day.
Only 3?
It's ridiculous. It wouldn't even be worth me to wake up, get in my car, drive to my office to make 3 phone calls in a day. I could sit in my car and make 3 phone calls. I can make 3 phone calls in bed. Between my administrative assistant and myself, now this is David Canigliaro talking. Let me tell you what kind of action that I take every single day. Between my administrative assistant and myself, we make 250 phone calls per day. Every single day. 3 phone calls. That's great. No wonder the middle class is just remaining stagnant. That's ridiculous. 3 phone calls. Here's another, Mitch, you're going to love this. Forbes magazine just came out with an article I was just reading the other day that the average billionaire and millionaire. Do you know what time of the day an average billionaire wakes up in this country?
What time?
4:30 in the morning.
That early?
4:30 in the morning. The average billionaire in this country. You know the average millionaire, self-made business millionaire.
What time?
Before 6 a.m. every single morning. It's funny. You sometimes you go to some events and you talk to young people, not just young people too, because older people are in the same boat here. I talked to a 40-year-old guy once. I said, "Hey, tell me what you want out of life." He says, "Well, I want to be a millionaire." And I said, "Well, what time do you want to wake up in the day?" He says, "I'd like to sleep till noon." As well. Well, it doesn't really work that way. You can't be a millionaire and sleep till noon. Half the day's shot. So take some cue. Success always leaves clues. and we should follow after the successful, because they're leaving blueprints for us and templates for us to follow. Also, I want to talk about when I talk about taking massive amounts of action, I mean that. I talked briefly about this with the phone calls. Between my administrative assistant and myself making 250 phone calls, the analogy that I like to use is the ripple effect in a pond. You know, imagine going up to a pond and the water's still, and you take a pebble and you throw it into the water, and it starts to create a ripple effect. Well, then what would happen if you just keep taking rocks and you find more rocks and you just keep pounding the hell out of the water? Well, pretty soon you start making waves, and then all of a sudden everybody comes to see what all the commotion's about. That's the kind of moving and shaking that you need to have if you want to be a multi-millionaire. That's pretty much all I wanted to talk about in this segment. Be sure to subscribe to our channel, and I wish you guys all the success in life.